Good morning, everybody. It's Christine Ludwig here from Christine's Stamping Spot. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in St. Albert, Alberta. So thank you for joining me today on this lovely Friday here in Alberta. It is beautiful and sunny and might be one of our last real fall days. So hopefully not, but yeah, it is going to start getting colder here. So I'm just going to check, see who might be tuning in today. So make sure you let us know who you are and where you're from, and then we can get started. All right. So we'll see who clicks on today. So it is Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada, so happy Thanksgiving to all of my Canadian friends and family. So I hope you all have a wonderful day celebrating wherever you are, and hopefully we'll have some nice weather wherever you are. So today we are going to make a fall project, and I thought, well, since it is still October, and I know a lot of our leaves have fallen and are on the ground, so we're going to be doing some raking today, I'm pretty sure. But I thought we'd do a nice fall card, incorporating some blending techniques, and I did a similar video on this past Monday on my Mystery Monday videos. If you ever want to check those out, they post every Monday. So we're going to do similar technique, but a different card. Okay, so I'm just going to flip my camera around. So give me 1 second here. And I might have to adjust this a little bit. This is always a little bit higher than when I do my other ones, but that's okay. It just means you see my dirty workspace. Not dirty, messy. Let's rephrase that. Messy. Okay, so I hope you can all see here. Give me a thumbs up if you can. Okay, so today we are going to use the Autumn Trees bundle. And this is in our mini catalog. So, it looks like there's a little bit of a delay on my computer, but I'll just go ahead and hopefully we'll catch up. I might be a little bit delayed seeing some of your comments, but I will definitely look at them later. Okay, so Autumn Trees. This is a really, really great stamp set. These are the images, so there are no greetings as such, just images, and it also comes with these fabulous dies. Okay, so we are going to be using this large tree, and I just wanted to show you these amazing cute little deer. Like, look at these guys, how detailed they are. And when you cut them out, this is what they come out like. I don't know if you can see that. All the little details in there. This is just so sweet. So that's just another really great die in here. And you know, I have to admit, I was a little on the fence about getting this set, but now I'm really, really happy that I did. So, okay, so I'm going to show you what we're going to make. And it is this one. Okay. So we're going to do some blending here with the leaves, and this uses also the fabulous Autumn Toile. I'm not sure, I'm not French, so I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I apologize. The designer paper. So if you haven't seen it, it's also as part of this fall suite. So you get these wonderful sheets. Now the orientations, or not the orientation, but the packaging's a teeny bit different. Normally we get, we always get 12 sheets, but quite often it's oh my gosh, my math is not working this morning. 3 sheets of 4 designs. Okay, there we go. With this one, we're getting 3 sheets of 4 designs. The other one is 2 sheets of 6 designs. Okay, there we go. I think I have that right. So with this one, this is sort of the neutral side of the cardstock. And then over here, I'm just going to close my shutter again because the sun is causing some shadows here. So just give me 1 second. Might be a little bit darker, but I think you'll see better. Okay. Okay, so back to our paper. So these are the fabulous designs. So you have this one with a nice deer, and then here you have some partridges or different birds. This one is the different fox here. This is, I think, more of a Cajun craze. And then these gorgeous, this little pumpkin garden here. So really, really beautiful paper for fall. All right, so let's get started on this card. So we have a piece of Early Espresso, which is cut at 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. Okay, so we're just gonna score that. And then we're going to add, let's do the inside first, maybe. Okay, so we're gonna put on, we have a piece of vanilla here, 5 1/4 by 4, and I just cut a little strip of that designer paper. So you can choose which side you would like to have show, if you like the neutral or the one with the trees. So let's just put this one on here. We'll just stick it towards the bottom. And then we'll put this on the inside. So this is what you can stamp your greeting on. Okay, so here we go, like so. Okay, so for the outside, we're going to use that same designer paper, but we're going to use the flip side. So we're going to use the neutral side. So I've got 2 strips here, 5 1/4 by, I think they're 7/8, okay? And then I have a piece of Very Vanilla, which I embossed in the Timber 3D embossing folder. Now I'm thinking that one is probably retired, but you can use any sort of embossing folder. There's also that Birch 3D that is really beautiful, so that would be nice as well. Okay, so these pieces, we're just gonna put on the ends here. Whoops. So just leaving a teeny bit of a border right here. And then we're gonna put our, I don't know, maybe I should put this one on first, just so. You could also use the other side, but you'd have to, I didn't cut it the right way. You'd have to make sure the orientation is correct if you want your designs on the front. This one I didn't have to worry about. Okay, and then we will put this one right in the center, okay? All right. So let's put this one right here. Okay, so that's gonna make up our front. All right, so now we're gonna get to our tree. So we are using that Autumn Tree stamp set, and look at how large this tree stamp is. This actually is my largest block that I have to put this on, and it is a red rubber stamp. So when I have a stamp that's this large, and I'm sure many of you do the same thing, I like to ink it up upside down. Okay, so I'm going to stamp it on just a random extra piece of pecan pie, which is quite appropriate for Thanksgiving weekend, I think. Oh, pecan pie, I think that's so cute. I don't know if any of you are having pecan pie this weekend as part of your dessert table. That would be just scrumptious. Okay, so let's just ink this up upside down, and I'm inking it with Early Espresso. Okay, I thought we'll have our tree base be a little bit darker. Okay, so I'm going to just stamp it in the center of this pecan pie and just really give it a good press, okay? Just to make sure you're getting the centers and everything. Okay, and there is your tree. Now, I know it looks a little crooked, but don't worry because we are going to cut it out with our die. That just looks lovely all by itself, right? So we're going to cut it out with that large die that I showed you. Actually, both of these dies. So the way this worked for me is you're going to line the outline one around your tree image, like so, okay? And then this die has a lot of detail here in the center, and it's also got some nice markings on the trunk of your tree. So this one you would place at the, you haven't cut this out yet, okay? So you've got your outline, and then you're going to put this one in the center. And you see it's just a little bit smaller, and it leaves a little bit of that opening here, right? Or not opening, but a bit of a gap, I guess. So once you have that set in place, you're going to run it through your die cut machine. Okay, so I'm not going to do that because I did that ahead of time just to save some time for you guys. Oh, I have to sneeze 1 second. Oh, where is it? Oh. Oh, excuse me. My goodness. Okay, so you're going to run this through your die cutting machine. And when it comes out, your tree is going to look like this. So you see how it's cut through all of those little pieces? Like you might have to punch a few of them out with your paper piercer or whatever, but is that not just so gorgeous? Like that looks beautiful too, just by itself, I think. Let me know what you think. I think this tree is really beautiful. Okay, so you can see this early espresso ink that we did, and it's, you know, got those little bit lines in there. It's a little bit hard to see, but I just love how this tree looks. Okay, so we're going to set this aside now, and then we're going to do some blending. All right, so I have a piece of very vanilla, just a scrap piece or whatever you have. Enough, make sure it's big enough to fit your die. So in our case, we are going to use this die from the set, and I know it doesn't look like much, and you think, what is that? But these are actually the leaves, okay? So you just want to make sure your piece of paper is large enough to hold your die, okay? So I think this is about 3.5 by 3.5 or something like that. Okay, so now we're going to do our blending. So for the blending, you're going to pick 3 or 4 colors that you want your leaves to look like. Okay, so look around your neighborhood, in your yard. What color of trees do you have, your leafy trees? Are they more yellow? Are they more red? Are they more a little bit of browns or reds or oranges? So for me, I've chosen the Crushed Curry, the Cherry Cobbler, and the Mossy Meadow. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Cherry Cobbler, and I'm going to use my blending brush. Okay, and you're just going to ink up your blending brush with that color, and you're just going to do random circles, or you know, however you want. Some can be darker, some can be lighter. Okay, so start with one color. So I'm going to add a little more yellow because we have quite a few yellows here in Alberta. I know in Quebec and down in the eastern US, I know in Ontario too, they have a lot of beautiful reds, which we're starting to see more of too. Okay, so I'm going to use my Cherry Cobbler next. Same idea. You're just going to ink up your brush and just add some random circles, okay? So I think that's fine. All right, so I'm going to close this up, and then we'll go to our Mossy Meadow. And the Mossy Meadow, you're just going to fill in all of these empty spaces. Okay, so you can always go back and add more of the other colors if you want. However, you know, there's no right or wrong. And you know what? Every time you do this, it's going to look different. Your leaves are all going to be different. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. I might just go in with my crushed curry again, just in case I've missed any spots. And I mean, this is going to get cut out, so, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. If there's a few spots that you missed. Okay, so let me just wipe this up. Beauty of the glass mat, which we do still sell, I believe. But it's really great with all the measurements, and it just wipes up so, so nice. Alrighty. So I have this piece. So now what we would do is take that die, place it wherever you like on top of this dyed or blended piece of paper and run it through your die cutting machine. And by the power of television, this is what you get. Something that looks like this. So you can see this one picked up some reds and some yellow and red, which kind of looks orange, a little bit of the green. So really fall kind of leaves. And you might have to punch out a couple of little pieces if your die cut machine didn't quite go through, but you've got these little holes in between, so it makes it look like real little leaves. Is that not just amazing? Oh, I love it. Okay, so then we are going to attach the leaves on top of our tree. So I'm just going to use some Tombow glue for that. And you're just going to dab some in, you know, on the back, however little or much. You don't want to do too much because you don't want it to seep out, but just enough that it's going to hold. Okay, and our Tombow is or two-way glue. Is this yeah, multi-liquid glue. Oh, it's probably not even called Tombow. Oops. It's just what I've been calling it. I don't know if you guys call it something different. Okay. All right, so let's just add some on here, like so. And then we will bring our tree back. Get this out of the way. And now, which way are we going to put this on? I am going to just sort of drop it on like this with the curve kind of at the top. I don't think there's really a right or wrong to put this on. Okay, just however you think you would like it. All right, now that's going to take just a second to kind of stick down. Oops. And if you did miss a couple, you can always add a little bit later. Now, isn't that a beautiful fall tree? Oh, I think it's so awesome. Beautiful. All right, so now we are going to add this onto the center of our card, like so. But, of course, I am going to use dimensionals, because I love my dimensionals. Can never have too much, as my friend Janet would say. And other people. All right, I never have too many, I guess is the proper wording. All right, so I'm just going to put these in random places around wherever I want it to be. And do any of you love your dimensionals too? You probably love them just as much as I do. I think they're just so great. Okay, so let's put these here like so. I think that's probably enough, but if you want to add more, go right ahead. Totally up to you. It's your project. Oh, I have the windows open today still. Beautiful fresh air coming through. Our temperatures are supposed to go below 0 at night this weekend. And I think on Thanksgiving Sunday and Monday, there's supposed to only be like +2 or 3 Celsius here. So pretty chilly. So let's hope it warms up for the kiddos for Halloween, hey? Okay, so I'm just going to center my tree, sort of like so, on the card. Just give that a teeny press like so. Oh, it's coming together. I love it. All right, and then I did a greeting. I just said grateful. Now, I told you I mentioned the Autumn Trees doesn't have a greeting stamp, but our Amber Autumn bundle does. This is also part of that same suite, the Autumn 12 suite. So this one says grateful for you, but I just stamped up the grateful, okay? And I stamped it in Early Espresso, and I ran it through the Stylish Shapes die. And then I'm just going to add this on with some dimensionals as well, but I think I need minis for this one. Let's see if I have any left on the sheet here. Oh. I always say use up all of your dimensionals. Just cut them in pieces on the ends like I've done here, just because those are all usable pieces too. And may as well use them up. Okay, so this one, you could put your greeting, oops, wherever you want. If you want it down here, I put mine on the tree. Excuse me. Just need a sip of coffee. Whoa, excuse me, don't know what happened there. Okay, so let's add our grateful. I think we'll just put it up here. You could put it a little lower if you wanted. Should we put it lower? This one I kind of put a little bit higher on our sample. I guess we could do it down here today, just for something different. And then lastly, I'm going to add, of course, a few embellishments. So these are the neutral matte dots. You've got white, black, beige, and pecan pie. Oh my goodness, tickle. Don't you hate that when you get a tickle in your throat and you can't clear it out? Oh, of all times for that to happen, I apologize. Okay. So let me add, I'm just going to put 2 of those. I think that's fine. And there you go. There is your Fall Autumn Trees card with that blending technique. So you could use that blending technique for flowers, for, excuse me, for anything that you think you want to have a little bit of a variety and just, yeah, a nice sort of color palette, and just try it with different colors because you might be surprised what you come up with. All right, another sample I wanted to show you. This was the one that I did in my video on Monday using the same technique, but it's this one. And it used this image, which I colored in with my blends, and then this die from that bundle. This is a leaf die, which is the exact size when you cut it out here. So, and when it comes out, it looks like this. Okay, so what I did was I took just a piece of Very Vanilla 5 1/4 by 4, maybe a little bit, yeah, 5 1/4 by 4, because that's what I wanted here. I did the same blending technique, whatever fall colors you wanted. And then I put that die right, just centered it on the piece of paper and ran it through the die cut machine. And then I got this beautiful sort of framed blended leaf look. And I just love how that turned out too. Isn't that awesome? So this blending technique is the best. So I hope you give it a try. And last, I wanted to mention for any of you out there, we have a fantastic join promotion happening for the month of October. So for $48, you get 2 choices here. $48, you can choose 165 in free product of your choice, or if you'd like a few more things, you can spend $135 and get $252 of product. Like, this is kind of mind-blowing for me. So to put that in perspective, $48 would buy you right now about 2 packages of our cardstock, maybe 2 packages of our designer series paper, okay? But $165, you could probably get like 8 packages of paper, or 8 packages or 7 packages of designer paper, you know, just to put it in perspective. And here, you're spending $135, but you're getting $252 if you are looking at a new die cutting machine. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, Christmas present from your husband. They sell for, I think, $191. So you're getting $252. So you would get your die cutting machine, plus you can top it up to $252, and all you're paying is $135. And you get to be with a wonderful, wonderful community of stampers and people that love to craft just like you. So no need to do a business at all. You can just grab it to get a discount on your products. So I hope you'll take a look and consider that if you'd you know, like to get a great deal. So you can check out my website for further information on that. Okay, I'm just going to switch my camera. Hang on with me if I don't disconnect you. There we are. Oh, I don't know how that happened. It kind of switched on its own. Okay. So yes, I hope you'll try that technique, give it a shot, and post it on the post, or let me know, send me a picture of it. I'd love to see what you come up with. And again, happy Thanksgiving to all of you celebrating this weekend. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful time with your family. Enjoy your turkeys or your hams or whatever special food you're making. It's always the best. And we will see you again next Friday. Have a great week, everyone. Bye for now.